This is the story of the Seychelles, an archipelago of 115 islands in the Indian Ocean with abundant tourism attractions and with an economic outlook that is putting the country on the world map for international investors. Recent government reforms and the newly introduced 2020 vision for Seychelles puts national dialogue, smart partnerships and the empowerment of the local Seychellois population at the centre for development.
This economic reform brought about the transformation of this country, brought about the transformation not only of the economy but that of the whole society. And opening up the economy also enabled us to create the conditions for us to reinforce our democracy, for us to have more transparency, more accountability.
So we made a policy decision for us to remove the state from the economy and to give back what is due to the private sector. So we now believe that the private sector is and will remain the engine of economic growth.
A nation that has dedicated more than 50% of its landmass to nature conservation, the Seychelles is very much committed to development, with sustainability at its core. Whether in fishing, tourism or manufacturing, the country has been busy putting in place regulations that put the protection of the environment as a #1 priority.
But at the same time, it is important to ensure that we have sustainable development in order to ensure that our people are able to progress and ensure that they have a better life for the future.
Seychelles embarked on a comprehensive reform programme in 2008 with the support of the IMF, World Bank and African Development Bank. Measures were taken to strengthen revenue collection, control public expenditure and raise efficiency and transparency of public finance. Government is actively pursuing further privatisation and reform in the public service, with a view of reducing the role of the state and encouraging private sector activity.
Now, we have always believed that in whatever we do in terms of development, the Seychellois people should be at the center. So this is why we, over the last 30 years, around and with the people, we build a very strong social system.
At the centre of this development, the Central Bank of Seychelles has the primary mandate to maintain macroeconomic stability inside the country. Since its creation in 1978 as the Seychelles Monetary Authority and as of 1983 its successor, the Central Bank of Seychelles, have undergone various stages of development, with the aim of turning into a modern and efficient institution equipped for delivering its responsibilities with professionalism and efficiency. We met with Mr. Pierre Laporte, Governor of the Central Bank of Seychelles, who gave us his ideas on how Seychelles is moving forward with its economic targets.
We want in 10 years not to see our income levels better, but we want to see a better quality of development. Now we want to see Seychelles being preserved as it is today. We want to see new sources of energy. We want to see our islands remaining clean and healthy. We want to see a modern, for example, modern public transport where we are not overcrowded with cars and vehicles. So we want a better quality of life that doesn't compromise our quality of our living standards.
Seychelles is strongly becoming an interesting destination for the banking sector. Several renowned financial institutions have been set up in the country, as well as other offshore financial services providers. As the national economy continues to develop, a more sophisticated banking system is gearing up in the country. Another of the central bank's responsibilities is to maintain a safe and sound banking system, control price stability and inflation through the government's monetary policy.
I think it will be important in the future to start refocusing on domestic investment, whereby the banking system, the financial system can provide opportunities for Seychelles private sector investors to come out and develop the country, because we cannot continue to rely on FDI.